Hi, my name's Neil. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me. Now today I'm going to do a unboxing and a review of some Bones Swiss ceramic bearings. Now, I guess everybody kind of knows about Bones Swiss ceramic bearings. Probably the first thing that comes to mind is that they are incredibly expensive. So maybe you can consider this a review so that you don't have to invest the money and spend on something that you don't know whether it's going to be any good or not. I personally have always been intrigued as to whether they do stand up to all the hype or not. I've been skating the normal Swiss Bones bearings for a couple of years now, I think. A few years at least, maybe 3 or 4 years. And I do really like them. I do rate them as the best bearings out there. I've tried all kinds of other bearings, almost every different kind that are commercially available in the UK anyway. And I do rate Bones Swiss bearings as the best I've come across so far, at least the fastest and the longest lasting, the least maintenance required for how long they last. Every other bearing I think I've come across, they are great when they're brand new, but after a while they start to show themselves as not being that good. You know, they start to slow down, some of them start to corrode, there's all kinds of different things, but Bones Swiss do just tend to work as good as new for quite some time, and then all you need to do is clean them and they're as good as new again. That is in my own personal experience. So yeah, I've been intrigued about the Swiss ceramics because they are the top level bearings that Bones offer. So I knew that sooner or later I would want to try them out. So I have bought some. I managed to get some on a great deal. They were basically half the price of what I would have had to normally pay. Therefore, I thought I would get them while I could. And I'm also on a bit of a mission at the moment about wheels and fast wheels. So if you haven't already seen my other videos about wheels, then I'll put a link below and you can check those out as well. So in conjunction with finding some faster wheels, I'm also going to be trying the bearings. So I'm going to unbox them, I'm going to skate them, and then I'm going to give you some feedback. So let's get on with it. Okay, so I'm going to open them up. Let's get this shrink wrap off. And have a look inside. So standard box, the same as regular Bones bearings always come with. And inside we get a sticker, shiny sticker, Bones sticker, some information which I will check out in a minute, and the bearings themselves and some spacers. So the bearings have got grey shields on them. The 6-ball ones that I previously ridden have blue shields on them, and they've actually got Bones Swiss written on them on the actual outside. I don't know whether we can see that or not, but if you can see this black text here around the outside, that's not on the 6-balls that I've seen before. Then the back has the cage. That's not a shield, it's just the cage. So they look like they are pre-oiled. And oh my gosh, they are completely silent. Not an inkling of any kind of resistance. That is bizarre. They are 100% silent. They feel like they're just running on oil. There's no resistance there whatsoever. Okay, this is going to be interesting. I think the ceramic balls, they look like they might be black, which I was expecting them to be white, but I think they might be black. But I'm not going to crack them open because they are perfectly smooth. But yeah, so they say Swiss ceramic bones around the outside, and then they come with some spacers. If you are not familiar with spacers or you don't believe in them, I've done a video about spacers that I can link in the description below, which will tell you why you should be using spacers. But I use them all the time, and that's all you need to know from me. All right, so that's the unboxing. Not very exciting, but I just wanted to crack them open and get a first impression. So there's care and maintenance in this instruction thing here. And it says, congratulations, you've purchased a set of Bones bearings known worldwide as the best brand of skate bearings available. All Bones bearings are designed with skate-rated components to our precision skate tolerances to give you the absolute maximum speed and life possible in real skate conditions. Not ABEC rated like bearings designed to operate in motors or normal machinery. The superb quality of Bones chromium bearing steel races with their mirror-like super finish, removable non-contact rubber shields and high-speed precision molded ball retainers, and Bones Speed Cream RF lubricant provides unequal roll and ease of maintenance. So carefully install them in your wheels and you're ready to roll. Keep them clean. Your new Bones bearings are the most accurately manufactured part of your skate. With clearances and tolerances smaller than 1/1000th of an inch, that means a single hair is thicker than the clearance between the balls and the races inside the bearings, and a hair will clog up and slow you down. Because you skate outside through dust, sand, water, mud, etc., your skate bearings will eventually get dirty and or wet. When they're dirty, you will notice things don't spin freely when you flick the wheel, and you may also notice they're getting noisy. At this point, you have two options: clean your bearings or replace them. Warning, do not continue to use bearings that don't spin freely on your skate. If you continue to ride very dirty, unlubricated bearings, you run the risk of permanently damaging them and yourself. Dirt in your bearings will cause pitting of the balls and races and increase friction, cause extra heat, and can eventually cause the bearings to freeze up or stop rolling. If this happens to your bearings, the skate will stop abruptly, causing them to fail and you get injured. So keep them clean, dry and lubricated. And then there's maintenance instructions. Keep your bearings dirt-free, moisture-free and lubricated. Water will rust your bearings and dirt will destroy the smoothness of the super finish on your bearing races, increasing friction. Clean your bearings when they become dirty or noisy with the most environmentally friendly cleaner you can find that's suitable for dissolving oil, grease and removing dirt from steel, plastic and rubber surfaces. We have tried many cleaners and solvents and many of them can be used safely. Citrus-based cleaners can work, but they tend to leave behind a slight residue. Solvents are dangerous for use, but often provide a superior cleaning solution to very dirty bearings. If you use a water-based cleaner like citrus cleaner or detergent, be careful to dry your bearings immediately and then recoat them with lubricant to prevent rust. Some solvents or commercial products that we have used are pure or almost pure isopropyl alcohol. The kind normally found in markets is only 10% pure and does not cut grease well. Gum out carburetor cleaner found in auto parts stores, acetone found in hardware stores. If you can't find acetone or pure alcohol, you can use paint thinner or lacquer thinner, but these cleaners may leave oily residue, blah blah blah. Do not add oil to dirty bearings. It will not clean the bearings, it will merely flush existing dirt further into the bearing. Okay, so now it's several months later. I'll put the exact amount of time as a little strap here so that you can see, but I haven't worked it out yet. I've been riding them for that amount of time now, and they are feeling great, feeling as good as they ever did. I did initially, when I first started riding them, I instantly noticed more speed, and it's weird because you could say a certain amount of placebo effect or whatever because you're expecting more, but they do just run so smooth. And I think my first session might have been on a vert ramp, which is somewhere that I really do notice the difference in speed with new bearings. You know, from a drop in, you're instantly going very fast, and so maybe that's got something to do with the feel of it, because if you're just rolling very slow, it's hard to tell really a difference in speed. You need to be going very fast to feel whether you're going any bit faster. But in general, on the vert ramp, it felt like I was having to work less to get up to the top, pumping less or not pumping so hard, which was great because it just means you're saving a bit of energy and you're focusing more on tricks than trying to stay up high. So they just felt a lot better. I've got the board here in front of me, and I can spin the wheel, and you can see that it's very smooth, and they continue to spin. I didn't even have to spin it hard, and they do just continue spinning, so they remain very smooth and very fast. It's almost irrelevant me sort of talking about and just telling you they're very fast, because I'm sure everybody's going to say that about bearings, or at least every bearing manufacturer is going to say, their bearings are the best, their bearings are fast. And it's probably pretty difficult to tell the difference, and that's probably why an awful lot of people do just buy the cheapest thing that they can, because it's all that's necessary. Buy the cheapest thing possible, put them in your wheels, and they will work. They will operate as bearings. And, that's all that a lot of people want. So spending the extra money to go up a level or two or to the most expensive makes no sense for a lot of people, because they can just continually buy the cheapest thing and be quite happy, which is great. And to kind of put some kind of context on the difference, it's like you can buy the cheapest car you possibly can, and say it's a brand new car, the cheapest car that is brand new, it's going to do what cars do. It's going to drive you wherever you want to go for a good few years before you start getting problems. If you buy a brand new, very, very top of the range, expensive car, again, it's going to do the same job as the very cheap car. Brand new to brand new. It's going to take you from A to B in moderate comfort, and it will hopefully be reliable for a decent amount of time. So it's hard to sort of argue to buy more expensive bearings, but where it really counts and where it matters to me is that they last a very long time. More expensive, better bearings, at least for, I'm sort of saying more expensive, but at least for Bones Swiss bearings, they do last a very long time. I've seen some people post on social media groups that they've had the same set of Swiss bearings for their entire skating life, like 30 years or something, and they've been quite happy with them and they've kept going, which is, it's crazy to think about, but I can believe it. If you look after them and you clean them, if they get damp or wet or whatever, you clean them straight away and degrease and all of that to stop rust, they really should go on forever, because as a skateboarder, you're not putting an awful lot of strain on bearings. The body weight of a person is not actually anything that's going to destroy the bearings. What will really destroy your bearings is bad treatment, not looking after them, letting dirt and grit and moisture get into the bearing. That's what's really going to destroy them. So if you look after them and keep them clean and keep them dry, they should go for years and years and years. And that to me makes a difference, especially when they will operate as good as new for a long amount of time. So I've not had to clean these yet, and I do clean my bearings when they start to sound like they're grinding some dust or dirt, or they feel like they're slowing down. And I've not had to clean these yet, and I will only clean them when they start to sort of feel like that. But already I can see that there is like micro particles of dust that has collected on the dust shield around the outside there. And that's the kind of stuff that will get in your bearings if you run shieldless bearings. That will get in there and it will slowly kill your shieldless bearings. That's why shieldless bearings are entirely pointless. And people pop their shields off and they say, oh, I like it, it makes a noise or whatever. And all you're really doing is shortening the life of them. You can do that if you like with your £10, $10 bearings if you want to. Everybody's free to do what they want. But I want bearings that I'm not going to have to change, that I'm not going to have to buy new ones. These will last as long as 10 sets of your cheap bearings, and you will be, it's like a subscription, I think. Cheap bearings are like a subscription on bearings, because you're paying every few months perhaps for a new set of bearings. You might prefer to be a subscription kind of person, but I prefer to be a perpetual kind of person. Buy it once and not have to buy it again for a long, long time. So yeah, you are probably rambling now, but you know, there's only so much to say except that they continue to feel like new. They definitely are faster than cheaper bearings. They absolutely are. They're marginally better, I feel, or marginally smoother and continue running better as ceramics versus the regular steel ball bone Swiss. I've had the regular bone Swiss, the Swiss 6 ball, which are, I think, are larger balls, so it's less balls in the actual cage, which in theory, I guess, will make your wheels go faster. You know, bigger wheels and bigger ball bearings, in theory, I guess, should make your wheels go faster. But I haven't really noticed an awful lot of difference between the regular Swiss and the Swiss 6 ball. But there is a small difference between the regular Swiss and 6 balls and the ceramics. They just feel a bit smoother. And if you remember back at the very beginning of the video when I sort of span them in my fingers to start with, I was quite blown away at how smooth they felt. They were entirely silent and it felt like it was like liquid bearings, you know, they felt completely smooth. Whereas steel bearings, you can usually sort of hear and feel some sort of like metal on metal because they are metal on metal. But the ceramic balls mean that it's ceramic material against metal on these. So yeah, it just seems a bit smoother. Anyway, that's enough to say really that I really like them and I'll continue using them. I just thought that it couldn't possibly be a proper review without spending an amount of time, like a decent amount of time, like several months riding them, rather than just doing an unboxing, showing them to you, going and skating them and going, fantastic, these are great, they skate really well. You know, what I was really trying to do was see whether it was worth buying them over cheaper bearings, whether you should invest in them or not. If you're a street skater, probably not. I can imagine the ceramic balls perhaps getting damaged with sort of real heavy impacts. I don't know for sure. So if you're a street skater and you skated ceramics and they still are solid and the ceramic balls haven't shattered or anything, then let me know. But I'm a transition skater, so all I skate are bowls and ramps. And so the heaviest hits that I probably give are things like disasters and anything where I'm popping and landing down on the wheels, airs, I guess, and things like that. But I don't think there's enough force in those kind of things to perhaps damage the bearings. So for me, and I would say for transition skaters, the ceramics are good. But yeah, that's kind of all I can really say. They are really good and I will continue to use them. The other bearings that I've got, I will perhaps A/B them a few times throughout the time that I'm using them, just to try and keep comparing. But for now, I'm sticking with these and I can highly recommend them. If you want to just get that little bit of extra speed and smoothness. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I hope that the information that I've given across is useful to you. I'm not affiliated with Bones or Pal Peralta in any way that means that I am going to be shilling them. You know, I'm not telling you something because I've been paid or got any free bearings or anything. That's not the case. I'm just giving you an honest opinion, and for me, they're a real worthwhile investment. So I hope you found that useful. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm sure there's going to be an awful lot of people that are just saying cheap bearings, you don't need expensive, blah, blah, blah. That's cool if it works for you. I'm just giving you the other end of the spectrum. So yep, thanks for watching. I will see you again soon with another video. Until then, maybe check out another one of these videos. And if you're not subscribed and you like my content, maybe subscribe, or at the very least hit the like on the video, and that will at least let me know that I'm doing a good job. I've got t-shirts for sale as well if anyone's interested, in the shop down in the video description section. And that's all I've got to say. See you again soon. Thanks for watching.